I lost my hearing from meningitis when I was a kid, so I didn't really know what was going on until a couple years later. My mom found out something was wrong with me, like she was trying to speak to me, and I didn't look at her or like just pretending like she thought I was ignoring her.
People talking behind me at work, you know, in the hallway, and you know, they come around the other side and go, "Well, are you ignoring me today?" You know, because I couldn't hear them.
I used to have the television on 9 or 10 with a maximum of 10, and my wife, very patient lady, she would say, "Ray, it's a little loud." And I said, "Well, I'll turn it down to 8," and I still had issues hearing.
I had to attend a lot of business conferences and meetings and dinners with my husband, and I certainly wasn't holding up my end. You know, noisy environments, we all struggle with that. And I was merely a bobblehead.
Yep.
I have no idea what anybody was saying to me, and I was beginning to think that I had some sort of a social disability.
A lot of times it was safety issues as well. I went through an intersection once where there was a fire truck coming and I did not hear the siren.
It makes you tired. It makes you physically, mentally exhausted, I think, because you're trying so hard to hear.
It has been helping me a lot, and I think it's amazing how this hearing aids does to these people, and it can change people's lives and making us easier to understand, able to hear, and you know, it's just kind of like, it's awesome. So.
And it's really enriched my relationship with my grandkids, because I can understand and hear what they say. I couldn't, you know, I wouldn't be able to do that without it. So.
Shortly after I got them, we went to our anniversary party. We invited a lot of couples in a restaurant. Absolute nightmare. Those high industrial ceilings with all the exposed ductwork. Absolute nightmare. And about halfway through, and nobody knew I had them yet, I stood up about halfway through the dinner and I go, "I can hear you, and you, and you, and you, and you, and the waitress, and you!" I was so excited.
My brother-in-law, he was watching television, he saw this, he said, "No, I don't have to go to the audiologist to get this. Let's just try this out." So he ordered this thing. Well, long story short, he doesn't hear still. He took it off, it didn't work. It broke down on him in like 2 weeks. So I'm working on getting him to get some hearing aids.
About 6 years ago, I went to a warehouse per se for a buy, and I wore them twice, put them away, and when I went to the office in Castle Rock, I was put at ease immediately with the professionalism, and she knew what she was doing. No, she goes, let's expose you to all methods that will take care of your needs. I took her advice, and to this day, and as everybody has stated here, it's such a tremendous change in my life.
Because I actually work at Parker Audiology, so I'm behind the desk and a patient might come in and you can sense the apprehension. You can feel from them how uncomfortable they are the very first time they come in, and we're working very hard to make them at ease as much as possible, but it's new. It's something they have never dealt with before. They've never been through the experience. And they're very surprised when I pluck my device out of my ear and say, "Look how tiny it is." And they're shocked. They're shocked at how small it is. They're shocked that I'm as young as I am and that I'm carrying on a job. I'm functional. I'm out there in society. I speak well. I'm normal.
I'm from Castle Rock, so I went to the Castle Rock office. And the people that met me were very down to earth, very sincere, and very caring, low key, which I appreciated.
Well, I did two very good things in my life. I went to Castle Rock Audiology and met Dr. Baker, and I got the hearing aids.
I remember putting them in and I thought there was something wrong with them, because I heard this noise, and it was the second hand on the clock in Linda's office. And I was, wow. And she had commented, she hears that quite often from, you know, people getting their first pair of hearing aids and actually hearing things. And I remember leaving that very first appointment with my hearing aids, getting into my car, and I could not believe how loud I had the radio on.
And I've always had issues with the whistling and the feedback, and she was able to, she's the only person in 45 years that was able to figure out what hearing aid would work for me, and it has been incredible. So I want to thank her. It's been a couple of years now.
That's what she's really good at, is figuring out what hearing aid is good for you.
Yeah.
Not a blanket
Absolutely.
application.
Yeah.
She just works so closely with you and will never quit.
By the time I got to the high school, I moved here in Parker, and we found this audiology. And so we had a new hearing aids, and I tried it on, and I was like, "Wow, I can hear it!" And I was like, "Whoa!" Did I speak that loud? And I was asking my parents, like, "Was I speaking too loud after all these years?" It's like, "Yeah, you do."
Put a price on being able to participate? How do you put a price on hearing your family? How do you put a price on my self-confidence is back? I feel younger now than I did when I got them.
I mean, this is no different to me than glasses. I mean, you need those to see, and we need these to hear.
They're not inexpensive, but with the changes in technology, it's worth every penny and more.
I feel more self-confident that I can, participate in life. It's been great.
God, I can't thank you guys enough. That was really spectacular.
Excellent.
Thank you guys so much.
Thank you.